everyone, I'm Saima Apathy and I'm here for a weekly wrap up of Unit 2. This week you studied about directed writing, the guidelines, the formats, you studied the sample, you marked the candidate response, you wrote in a collaborative setting, and above all, you reflected on your learning. Let me start with the basic question that what is directed writing? Directed writing is also called situational writing, functional writing, and practical writing. It follows a set of instructions that are fulfilled to complete a task. This is a component of CAIE English language paper, but it's equally important for other examinations as well. Even in our day-to-day life, we respond to different situations. For example, if you want to write a cover letter for applying a job, or if we file a complaint because of some dissatisfaction in the services. Next, I want to tell you about the structure of a directed writing task. I use an acronym SLAP for this purpose. SLAP stands for structure, language, audience, and purpose. While you read the question for the directed writing task, you need to be aware of the audience and the purpose. Who is your audience and why are you writing? This will facilitate you in employing the correct language, register, and tone. The language for formal setting is completely different from informal. When we are writing informally, for example, writing a letter to a friend or writing for a magazine article, we use candid language, we behave in a very natural manner, we use contractions, we use phrasal verbs, we even use a variety of sentences, long, short, and our choice of word differs. It's more candid, it's more friendly. On the other hand, when we write for a formal setting, we are more professional. Our tone is polite, humble, and the language is formal too. The sentences would remain short. The choice of word would be specific, more meaningful, more literal, and we would avoid the use of contractions and acronyms. For example, in informal setting, I would say that the patient got over his illness. But when I say the same thing in a formal manner, I would say that the patient recovered from his illness. So here, use of recovered in place of got over is the transformation of the sentence from informal to formal. Next, there was a question about how to behave or how to remain polite when we are complaining. It's very important that we remain logical and sane while we are writing to organizations or to authorities. This would help you to put forward the action that you want to be carried out by the authority. If your letter is in a polite and humble way, there is a fair chance that your complaint would be heard and the action would be taken. Therefore, the choice of words is very important. You would remain polite and humble through and through. For example, if you want to register a complaint, instead of saying that I'm not happy with the services, I would say I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction. In order to demand an action, instead of saying that you should do that or you should do this, I would say I would be grateful if you could give me a full refund. If I want to make a suggestion, I would again sound more professional. I would like to suggest that. Or instead of saying I advise you to do so, or I recommend you to do something. In order to make a request, you again would be very appreciative. For example, you are going to begin with, I would appreciate your immediate attention to this matter. These words are going to make your writing more meaningful, more logical, and more persuasive. And the purpose would be served. That could be taking action against your complaint. The next question is how to assess directed writing task. So there are band descriptors for this purpose, in which the marks are equally divided into two halves. The directed writing task is of 30 marks, and the marks are divided into 15 for task fulfillment and 15 for language. So when I talk about task fulfillment, I will read for the first time to award the marks for task fulfillment. So I'm simply saying that the assignment or the task would be read twice, once for finding it out if the task fulfillment is achieved or accomplished, and second time you're reading it to find out whether the language criteria is met or not. So there are two separate band descriptors for this purpose. The first one, that is for task fulfillment, it has 5 bands, and to attain the maximum band of acquiring 13 to 15 marks, the script should show clear awareness of or understanding of the purpose, of the situation, and of the audience. And the 3 content points should be thoroughly elaborated. Apart from that, if there is any personal opinion given, it should be justified with evidences or supporting material. And next is the tone and register. It should be appropriate according to the audience, purpose, and situation. For marking the language, there are 8 bands, and in order to attain the maximum band of 14 to 15 marks, the sentences should have a variety. Like they should be complex, compound, and simple sentences, and they should begin differently, and their length should also be different. Then the vocabulary should be appropriate, should be precise and wide. The spelling should also be highly accurate. In the grammar, the form of verbs should be focused, and there should be tenses consistency maintained throughout the script. Apart from that, the punctuation should be helpful and accurate, and the script should be paragraphed logically, and there should be a link created. The last part is how to conduct the lessons for directed writing. For that, I had recorded and posted a video for 5 interactive writing tasks. Hope they are going to be useful to conduct writing lessons or directed writing lessons in your class. Thank you so much. See you next time.